Okay, 4.2 day number 2, we're going to do some transformations on these functions. The first one here, it only has vertical transformations being done, so our horizontal transformations, there is nothing to be done, so x's will stay the same. My y values, I'm going to multiply by a negative 1/2. Okay, vertically, all I got to do is multiply by negative 1/2. I get that, I get that, I get that, I get that, I get that. Okay, so now I have new y values. Let's plot those with our x values that never changed. Let's plot it in green. -7, -2, -4, -1, -1, -2, 4, -3, and 8, -1. Okay, so I'm going to try not to screw this up in the process. Not great, but you can see it's been flipped and squashed by a half, basically. All right, let's keep rolling. Consider this like a practice type quiz. This slide right here just tells you a little bit more information about that value, that vertical scale factor. Let's try this one now. Here are my points. Let's go 0, 0, 1, 4, 2, 0, 3, 4, and 4, 0. Okay, so obviously nothing going on here with the y values, so our y values will stay the same. Our x values are going to change. How are they going to change? Multiply by 2 or double them. So we're going to multiply them by 2. We take the opposite of what's in the inside. Instead of multiplying by 1/2, we multiply by 2. So my x values will be 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. That's going to take this point, keep it the same, take this point and double its distance from the y-axis, double this one's distance, double this one's distance out to 6, and this one out to 8. And so now we get the old Stretch Armstrong. Well, it has been stretched horizontally by a factor of 2. Awesome. Okay. Let's, this is, again, horizontal scalings, a little bit of information on that. Okay, now we're getting a little bit more complicated. Let's take our values. Oh, are they the same? They are the same as they were before. Watch this. I'm going to be smart about this. Let me just copy these. Oh, Mr. Ludd, you're so smart. Copy. I'm still recording. You can just see how smart we are. Paste them. Looky there. I probably could have written them in that amount of time, but whatever. Okay, now, changes that need to be made here. I need to take away this yellow highlighter because, well, those values of x are not going to stay the same anymore. All right, so my values, horizontally, what's going to happen to them? What comes first? Horizontally, inside. Yeah, so 5 where? To the left. Subtract 5, right? We're going to subtract 5, and then we're going to double. All right, so let's subtract 5. I get negative, what is that, 12? -9, -6, -1, and 3. Okay, now I double each of those. -24. Uh-oh, this graph's going to go off of our axes here. That's okay. -18, -12, -2, and 6. Okay, so there's my new x values. I'm going to highlight those, knowing that those are my final x values. And then for the y's, oh, that's easy. You're just going to make them all negative. Okay, don't be the kid who puts -1 there and then just subtracts 1. Someone will do it. Someone will do it, guaranteed. No, you don't. But I'm going to be honest with you. The kids who don't fill out the chart typically, more often than not, make a mistake. Okay, and that's fine. However you want to do it, as long as you get to the right answer. I'm not going to like restrict you on that. Okay, so this sketch is going to end up off the graph. Part of the points will end up on the graph. So let's plot those. Oh, well, great. Only 2 of them. Okay, so these 2 points, -2, -6, and 6, -2 are going to end up on the graph. So let's at least sketch what we know. 6, -2, 6, -2. What point did that used to be? 6, -2 used to be, this point here, 6, -2 used to be 8, 2. So this point right here is now this point right here. Okay, so we got that. Great. And then -2, -6, -2, -6. This point right here is 4, 6 reincarnated. Okay, great. And then our next point that would just be off would be -12, -4, which would be out over here somewhere. That would be this point here, the wink. And then there'd start this half circle that goes on for a long ways, off to the left. We're not going to go there. Okay. Actually, it's not a half circle, it's half an oval. Sorry. Henry, you good? Good so far? Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going. We got one more, right? So here you go. Here's our last one. It looks like those are the same points. Ooh, maybe I can still copy paste that. Let's see. Genius. Oh, maybe I did that on purpose. I must have been thinking smartly. No, that doesn't always happen in my life. You ever do something though where you're like, dang, I forgot I thought ahead and then forgot I had thought ahead. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, shoot, I had made it easy on myself, but then forgot I did that. What's happening vertically? Let's add 1. Okay, so 5 and 3 and 5 and 7. That's not 7. That's 7 and a 3. Okay, cool. Our vertical transformation's done. Let's do horizontal transformations. What comes first? Subtract 6 or multiply by -1? Subtract 3 or multiply by -1? Subtract 3, right? We got to go outside in. So -3 times -1. -3 would be -10. Times -1 would be 10. -3 would be -7. That'd be a 7. -3 would be -4. That'd be a 4. -3 would be a 1. That'd be a -1. -3 would be 5. That'd be a -5. Let's plot these bad boys and move on with our lives. All right. 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, 10, 5. 10, 5 used to be -7, 4. Okay, so here we go. That becomes that. I'm not going to label all these, but you can do this yourself later on. 7, 3, 7, 3. Okay. 4, 5. A 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my half oval pal. That's just poorly drawn, that's all. Okay, good. All right, and then -1, -1, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ciao. And -5, 3. Does that look right? Something seems wrong there. Something wrong there? Something's weird. But I think that's right. I think we're good. Okay, cool. You at home? Do some push-ups before you go to bed tonight.